It was just past midnight. The streets were quiet, the kind of silence that only a city in slumber can hold. And yet, under the faint glow of street lamps, two familiar figures appeared, moving gently, almost cautiously, as if the night itself was holding its breath for them. Wang and Shen Yue. Yes, you heard that right. The very pair who once stole the hearts of millions on screen had now been spotted walking side by side in the most unexpected setting. A midnight stroll, private and unguarded, captured in a few blurry photos and short clips that have since taken the internet by storm. At first glance, it could have been mistaken for coincidence. Two stars, perhaps leaving a late dinner, or walking to their cars. But the way they moved told a different story. Dylan wasn't just walking. He was matching Shen Yue's pace, every step in quiet harmony with hers. And Shen Yue wasn't just keeping up. Her hands were tucked safely in her pockets, but every so often, she tilted her head towards Dylan, listening, laughing softly at something only he could have said. The atmosphere was casual, yet intimate. Not a red carpet. Not a scripted drama. Just two people, stripped of cameras and spotlights, caught in a moment that felt undeniably real. And that's why fans can't stop talking about it. What made this midnight stroll so different, so unforgettable, was the raw authenticity of it all. There was no makeup, no designer gowns, no suits carefully tailored for the flashing bulbs of paparazzi. Instead, Dylan wore a simple hoodie and cap, while Shen Yue donned a loose cardigan, her hair falling effortlessly around her shoulders. They weren't stars here. They weren't idols. They were just Dylan and Shen Yue. Two souls stealing a quiet moment together when the world wasn't watching. But as fate would have it, the world was watching. A fan walking home noticed them first, too stunned to even move. The fan hesitated, thinking maybe the mind was playing tricks, but then came the second glance, the unmistakable face of Dylan Wang, tall and effortlessly striking even in the shadows, and by his side, Shen Yue, graceful, glowing, and at ease. The fan snapped a quick photo, and from there, the internet exploded. Are they holding hands? That was the question fans screamed across social media, zooming into every pixel, every angle. Some swore they saw their fingers brushing, their hands lingering dangerously close until, at one point, Dylan subtly reached out. His hand hovering just long enough to be noticed before Shen Yue slipped naturally into his. The evidence was grainy. The light was dim. But hearts didn't need clarity. They needed possibility. And in that one possible moment, fans saw it. A glimpse of something far more tender than co-stars or friends. It wasn't just the physical closeness, it was the energy between them. Dylan leaned slightly towards her as they walked, as though guarding her from the night air. Shen Yue tilted her chin up when she laughed, her eyes soft in the glow of the street lamp, as if she had forgotten the world existed outside of their shared bubble. They weren't rushing. They weren't sneaking. They were simply existing, together, in the most natural way. And perhaps that's what makes the scene so powerful. Because for years, fans of Dylan and Shen Yue have speculated, wondered, and dreamed. Were the sparks we saw on screen just acting? Or were they fragments of something real? Something neither of them ever put into words? This midnight stroll didn't answer the question. But maybe it didn't need to. Because sometimes, actions whisper louder than words. Within hours, hashtags flooded Weibo, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, every platform alive with speculation. Hashtag Dylan and Shen Yue trended worldwide. Clips of the stroll looped endlessly, paired with romantic songs, fan edits, and heartfelt captions. Look at how he protects her. Her smile says it all. This isn't acting anymore. Fans weren't just observing. They were feeling. Feeling as if they too were walking in that quiet night, witnessing a love story unfolding in real time. And with each passing hour, the story grew. Some claimed the stroll happened after a private dinner with friends, but others argued it was too intimate for a casual outing. If it was just friends, why linger so long? Why the quiet laughter, the hand brushing, the subtle touches too soft to fake? Others pointed out Dylan's protective nature. How he glanced around, as though checking to make sure she felt safe. How his body shifted slightly closer whenever another passerby came near. These weren't the actions of a co-star. These were the actions of someone who cared. Deeply. And then the photos surfaced. The ones that sealed the deal. In one, Shen Yue's head leaned slightly towards Dylan's shoulder, her expression soft, unguarded, unposed. In another, Dylan's hand was gently resting against hers, their fingers not fully intertwined, but close enough to leave no doubt of the comfort between them. Fans gasped. Screenshots flew across the internet. And suddenly, what had been speculation turned into collective belief. This wasn't just a stroll. This was a confession. Silent, unspoken, yet louder than any words. But here's the thing. Neither Dylan nor Shen Yue addressed it. No posts. No denials. No confirmations. And that silence only fueled the fire. Because in a world where rumors are usually stamped out quickly, their choice to stay quiet felt intentional. Almost as if they were saying, let the world talk. We know our truth. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what fans wanted. Not an official announcement. Not a press release. Just moments, real, raw, unpolished, that spoke louder than any statement ever could. So what does this midnight stroll mean? Perhaps it means nothing. Two friends enjoying the night air. Perhaps it means everything. A love story that has been quietly blooming behind the scenes. But here's the undeniable truth. The world can't stop watching. Because this moment, caught under the street lamps, has awakened something in fans. Hope. Belief. The dream that what started on screen wasn't just a script, but the beginning of something deeper. And maybe, just maybe, the world was lucky enough to glimpse it, if only for a moment. As the internet continues to replay those photos, one thought remains constant. This wasn't a performance. This wasn't a drama. This was life. And life, as we've just seen, can sometimes be the most beautiful story of all. Dizzy and so, as fans share their edits, write their captions, and shed happy tears over the possibility of love, one truth echoes louder than the rest. Dylan Wang and Shen Yue's midnight stroll has become more than just a rumor. It has become a memory. A story. A symbol of what happens when love slips quietly into the night, and lets itself be seen. And maybe that's all we ever needed.